Call the meeting of the Laurel Highlands School Board to order. Please stand. We'd like to have a moment of silence, Mr. Lynn.
This time is, as you're all aware, by this time a couple weeks ago, one of our senior class students, Sean Coleman, lost his life in a horrible tragic automobile accident. And on behalf of the Laurel Highlands School District, administration, students, faculty, non-professional, and the school board, we offer our deepest condolences and prayers to the Coleman family. I've known his grandparents for 65 years. I know they're going through a horrible, tragic time. And we'd all appreciate if we have a moment of silence and continued prayers for the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lynn. Please be seated. Roll call, Mrs. Beal.
Present. Mrs. Ambry. Here. Mrs. Black. Here. Mrs. Kalich. Mr. Landman.
Here.
Mr. Raymond.
Here.
Mrs. Sanford. Present. Mr. Safety.
Present.
8 board members are present.
I'd like to have a motion to adopt the agenda, the removal of G1A, and add the addendum under other business.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to recognize any visitor or guest who would like to speak on any item on the agenda. Thank you very much. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting, February 20th, 2019. Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those opposed, motion carries. Approval of the attendance record of committee meetings and work sessions. The work session March 19, 2019.
Motion.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. If televised, this meeting will be held televised on Tuesday, March 26th at 2 p.m., Thursday, March 28th at 2 p.m., on the Atlantic Broadband Channel 17, and also on the South Union Township on YouTube. Thank you. Dr. Wallace.
Thank you, Mr. Sepping. At this time, those students who are present for board recognition, if you would please walk to the rear of the auditorium. We'll have some administrators back there, some students who will line you up for your presentations. Thank you. While that is going on, I just want to make a note to the board and a note to the public that some of the exhibits in our agenda today are light. Reason being, we are currently in the process of switching over our SIS system, and this is the first time where we have not been able to draw back on past information. That that should be rectified by next month. So all the information should be in order by next board meeting. But nothing that would be presented tonight is out of the ordinary. If it was, that would have been discussed in the work session. I'd like to congratulate. This comes from Mr. Gatus, our Moby Max Daily Contest winner. We have some exciting news to share with anyone. Our own Jennifer Boyden from Hutchinson Elementary School won a free tablet for earning tickets by exploring and utilizing the features of Moby Max. How awesome is that? And where will our next winner come from? And our winner this time around was Stephanie Allen. So I'd like to congratulate Stephanie Allen and congratulate you both for Moby Max. Also, I would like to make the public aware that, as you may or may not know, we have what's called instant decision days at the high school. And that's where colleges come into our environment here at our high school, and instant decisions are given to college applicants from our school who are applying to the various universities. And when they give their approval or when they give their admittance, a lot of our students are recognized with scholarship money. So as of the latest, this would be March 7th, Edinburgh University has awarded and interviewed 13 students, admitted 13 into their programs, and given $48,000 in scholarship money. Indiana University of Pennsylvania has, I'll start at the top. Penn State Fayette interviewed 27, admitted 27. Edinburgh University interviewed 13, admitted 13, $48,000 in scholarship money given. Clarion University, 12 interviewed, 12 admitted. IUP, 23 interviewed, 20 admitted, $8,000 in scholarship money. Pitt Greensburg, 16 interviewed, 10 admitted, $162,000 in scholarship money. Washington Jefferson, 9 interviewed, 8 admitted. Waynesburg University, 13 interviewed, 9 admitted, $384,000 in scholarship money. Thiel College, 6 interviewed, 5 admitted, $396,000 in scholarship money. Shippensburg, 3 interviewed, 1 admitted. Point Park, 11 interviewed, 9 admitted, $520,000 in scholarship money was given. Robert Morris, 10 interviewed, 6 admitted, $248,000 in scholarship money. Gannon University, 9 interviewed, 7 admitted, $396,000 in scholarship money. St. Vincent, 15 interviewed, 13 admitted, $946,000 in scholarship money. Slippery Rock, 11 interviewed, 9 admitted. Cal U, 26 interviewed, 19 admitted. PIHT, 3 interviewed, 3 admitted. Seton Hill, 9 interviewed, 9 admitted, $684,000. Penn State Fayette for a second round, 5 interviewed, 4 admitted. For a total thus far, 83% admitted with $3,792,000 in scholarship. Congratulations to the high school. As of yesterday, March 20th, our high school business pitch competition that was held at Penn State Fayette, we supplied a team. Our Academy of Engineering and Finance competed in that competition. Our school took first place. Congratulations to our high school. That concludes my report, Mr. Seven.
Thank you, Dr. Wallace.
The following first graders awarded this month from R.W. Clark, Austin Martin. Virginia Martin. From Hatfield Elementary, Elementary, Jackson Donley. Sophia Spiker. Camilla France. Hudson Elementary, Hartley Scott. Paxton Cantor. Gavin Price. From Marshall Elementary, Sydney Glover. Charles Martin. And Adelina Perez. From the middle school, 8th grade, technology education, Sophia Donaldo. 6th grade keyboarding class, Ellie Mancini. 7th grade art, Lila Shatterhosky. 8th grade Adobe Photoshop, Crystal Zhang.
For the high school, Academic English 1, Madison Felitsky. AP Biology, Kaya Zungri. Power 2 Statistics, Michaela Bonin. Trig Pre-Crowd 1, Rachel Duncan. Engineering, Design, and Development, Abby Miller. Aquatics, Melina Sabatini. Nutrition, Kaylee Yanowski. And AP Spanish, Bailey Monk. French 2, Kylie Kernot.
Take a short pause in the meeting if anybody would like to leave the auditorium, but you're welcome to stay. Resume the meeting now. Academic Foundation report. We do not have a report this evening. Strategic Plan and Board Policy Committee, Mrs. DeAndrea. Thank you. Curriculum Committee, Chairperson, Mrs. Santor.
Item C1A, permission to approve summer school programs and post-work positions. I'd like to put that into the formal motion.
Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries.
Item C2I, kindergarten registration will be held during the week of April 30th through May 4th, 2019. Dates and times are as follows. Monday, April 29th, 2019, Marshall Elementary School, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, Hutchinson Elementary School, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Wednesday, May 1st, 2019, Clark Elementary School, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. And Thursday, May 2nd, 2019, Hatfield Elementary dates, times, and registration procedures, please contact your respective school or visit the district website, www.lhsd.org. Children entering kindergarten for the 2019-2020 school term must be 5 years old on or before August 31st, 2019. There are no exceptions. That concludes my report, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Mrs. Santor. Buildings and Grounds Committee, Mrs. Boards.
Wallace, do you want to give that update?
Just to keep the public informed, we will have building materials delivered to Clark Elementary School next week for the roof repair. And we are also bidding next week, or have on the agenda to bid next week, the middle school air conditioning project. So we're moving forward with both projects. Thank you, Ms. Boards.
Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Boards. Finance, Budget, and Taxation Committee, Mr. Raymond.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the treasurer and budget report.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion for the payment of bills found in Exhibit B.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Ford?
Yes.
Mrs. Steele? Yes. Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
8 days.
The investment report is informational. I'd like to make a motion to approve the federal report found in Exhibit D.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Here, yes.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
8 days.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the student activity and athletic funds found in Exhibit E.
Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
And F6, the board summary report is also informational. F7, approve the audit report for enrollment year ending June 30th, 2018, found in Exhibit G.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
8 days.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. Health, Nutrition, and Food Committee, Mrs. Glad.
FS1A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion the cafeteria report for February, which is found in Exhibit H.
Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
That concludes my report, Mr. Sutton.
Thank you, Mrs. Glad. Security Transportation Committee, Mrs. Beal.
Who will be designated at this time?
Thank you, Mrs. Beal. Human Resources Committee, Mrs. Glad.
Personnel and Labor Relations, Professional Personnel, P1A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion to approve additional substitute teachers found in Exhibit I. That would be A, regular certified substitutes, and B, emergency certified substitutes. Please add Tyler Nolte to the list.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
8 days.
P2A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion to request the retirement of Mrs. Cynthia Madison, third grade teacher at Hutchison Elementary School, effective the final day of 2018-2019 school year. Mrs. Madison has 28 years of dedicated service to the district.
Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
The Madison round of applause for you.
P3A are conference requests A. I'd like to put into the form of a motion the approval for Mr. Eric Gates to attend the 2019 PAFPC, Pennsylvania Association of Federal Programs Coordinators Annual Conference, which is May 5th through the 8th, 2019. The conference, which is mandatory and fulfills the Title I initiative, is entitled Ensuring Equity, strategic use of federal funds will be held at the Seven Springs Mountain Resort in Champion, PA. The approximate cost is $1,250 plus mileage, which is paid by Title I.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
Approval for Dr. Jesse T. Wallace III to attend the Forum for Leadership and Education Conference, Oaklander Hotel, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, April 10th to the 12th, 2019. This is at no cost to the district. I'd like to put that into the form of a motion.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
C, I'd like to put into the form of a motion the approval for Ms. Amanda Sisson, high school science teacher, to serve as district sponsor at the PJAS PA Junior Academy of Science State Competition, which is May 19th to the 21st, 2019 at Penn State University Park. The cost is approximately $700 for room, board, and mileage, and it is mandatory that the district have a chaperone in order for our students to compete in this worthy competition.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
P4A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion to approve permission for the following individuals as long-term substitutes in the positions indicated. Middle school learning support, Cynthia Severi. High school mathematics, Elizabeth Lukowski.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
P5A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion to approve student placement assignment with West Virginia University for the fall semester of the 2019-2020 school year. October 19th, 2019 to December 6th, 2019. Student's name is Sarah Bloomquist in the music department with Mr. Santor.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
P6A, I would like to put into the form of a motion to approve additional substitute employees for support personnel that is found in Exhibit I.
Second.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mr. Lamond?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
P7A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion the acceptance of the resignation of Mrs. Natalie Sharp in the payroll department effective immediately.
Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
And finally, P8A, I'd like to put into the form of a motion the paraprofessional update is found in Exhibit J.
Second.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Sepic, that concludes my lengthy report.
Thank you, Mrs. Glad. Athletic and Extracurricular Activities Committee, Mr. Lamond.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. Good evening, everyone. It is on the left side. Two middle sides here are kind of vacant, but we're working on a plan to increase our attendance here at the next board meeting. So you might want to pass the word. We might have something in the seats for those that stay. We are glad for the ones that are here this evening. Okay, on the Athletic and Extracurricular Committee, under AE1A, selection of spring coaches, under Exhibit K. These have been recommended by the head coach, Ryan Reach, under the softball, and then also all of their clearances are in. Is that correct, Dr. Willis?
Yes, sir, they are.
Thank you. I'll read them all at once and then I'll make a motion. Assistant varsity softball coach, Tony Lowry. Head 9th grade softball coach, Mike Berry. Head 7th and 8th grade girls softball coach Josh Rambo, assistant 7th and 8th grade girls softball coach Scott Gorman, volunteer coaches John Nupsky and Doug Petrowski. These were all recommended by the head coach. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion at this time.
Question on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Boards?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Sepik?
Yes.
8 yeas.
There, I have an update from Mr. John concerning the winter sports show. To put hold of applause till the end, there's quite a few athletes here which you mentioned, which is a wonderful thing to see. In the basketball, congratulations to Coach Jack Beener for the freshman team going undefeated 23-0. In the 1,000 Points Club for girls basketball, Taylor Smith. And then for the swimming school records that were broken this year, Maria Morosco in the 100 butterfly, Elizabeth Thomas, the 100 backstroke. Congratulations to the record breakers. Here's the winter sports highlights for the 2018-19 co-ed varsity swimming. WPIL medalists. That was on Thursday, February 28th, the 200 medley relay, Gwyneth Hamilton, Maria Morosco, Miranda Yager, and Jenna Roscoe. In the 200 freestyle relay, Skylar Wilson, Maria Morosco, Jenna Roscoe, and Gwyneth Hamilton. In the 200 intermediate, Maria Morosco in the butterfly, and Gwyneth Hamilton also in the butterfly. In the 200 medley relay, we had Jacob Johnson, Jonathan Lewis, Cole Friel, Dean Schiffbauer. 200 freestyle relay, Jacob Johnston, Jonathan Lewis, Cole Friel, Dean Schiffbauer. 500 freestyle, Jacob Johnson. In the 200 freestyle, Jonathan Lewis. And Friday, March 1st, medalists were in the 100 freestyle, Jenna Roscoe, 100 backstroke, Elizabeth Thomas, 100 backstroke, Jacob Johnson, in the 500 freestyle, Cole Friel, and the 100 breaststroke, Jonathan Lewis. And Mr. John sent one more update on the addendum, and that was, just wanted to add the PIAA swimming result from the state meet at Bucknell. Maria Morosco, state medalist in the 200 individual medley, placing 7th in the state of Pennsylvania. Congratulations to all of our medalists and participants. That concludes my report. However, at the next meeting, you may have a winner in the audience here.
Thank you, Mr. Pittman.
Thank you.
Legal advisement, Mr. Frankhauser.
Under L1, approve the renewal of the natural gas contract between Direct Energy Business Marketing LLC, doing business as Direct Energy Business and the Laurel Highlands School District for 2019 through 2022. That has been reviewed and it is in line with what we have done in the past and handled through the gas contract. Yes.
I'll have a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Any grievances, Mr.
There is one that I reported on previously that is scheduled for arbitration. That will be happening in the next month. So that will keep you posted on that. And I also want to report under the solicitor's report, we are continuing the discovery efforts in regard to the various tax assessment appeals to determine the appropriateness of appraisals, which we are going to be obtaining, and to actively participate in the contest of those assessment appeals. Thank you. Well, as you may imagine, the appeals are from the assessments that have been granted or denied by the Fayette County Tax Assessment Office. Once they are denied, then the property owners have the ability to appeal their assessment to the Court of Common Pleas, which has occurred in 3 instances for 3 large commercial establishments within the school district. These decreases drastically affect the taxes assessed and taxes collected by our school district, which in turn affects the budget. So we are trying to be as active as possible and as proactive as possible in making sure that we can limit these decreases as much as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Frankhauser. Other business, the addendum, Dr. Wallace.
Thank you, Mr. Seffery. I'd like the board to consider a motion to approve Hatfield Playground construction by Maggie Hardy of Nemacolin Woodlands in memory of Gunnar and Riley Wiesenforth. Those were the Hatfield students who perished in their recent home fire. And I would like to note that Ms. Hardy is donating everything for construction, all materials, all labor, all engineering, and all equipment. And right now, I think estimated price tag is somewhere between $75,000 and $80,000.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like the board to consider a motion to approve the middle school air conditioning bids to go out next week for bid. That would be the week of March 25th to 29th, 2019.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like the board to consider a motion to approve the appraisal of the Fairfield Inn for tax assessment purposes.
I'll make a motion.
Question on the motion. Roll call.
Mr. Raymond?
Just for information, I did talk to the assessment office today, and they will be working with me to try to obtain the appropriate appraiser and also to obtain the assistance for the payment of that with the township and the county.
Thank you, Mr. Franco.
Roll call.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Borges? Yes. Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. DeAndrea?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
8 yeas.
I'd like the board to consider a motion to authorize the superintendent a one-time exception to supersede the prom attendance policy for the 2018-2019 prom.
Make that motion.
Second.
Question on the motion. Roll call.
Mrs. Borges?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Mrs. Santor?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. DeAndrea?
No.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Sevick?
Yes.
7 yeas, 1 nay.
Under general matters, permission to change the April, that's in the table. Career and Technical Institute report, Mrs. DeAndrea, Mrs. Bill, Mr. Raymond.
I'd like to report that we had a negotiation session today with the bargaining unit of teachers at the CTI, approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours, basically discussing language changes and potential changes to some benefit issues. The IU1 consortium issue was discussed again. We also indicated that it really is difficult to move forward with any financial issues because we need to wait for all of the home schools to pass their budgets and come up with a plan that will allow us to know where we stand with the CTI. So next scheduled meeting is May the 9th for negotiations at the CTI at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Mr. Frankhauser. Intermediate unit, we don't have a report. But if anybody would like to go to the convention, please see Kim and make your arrangements. Other business, we have any public comment? Just want to make one clarification. I was asked many times in the past, why do we take motions and we do roll call and we don't? It's just a matter of whether or not we're spending money, or we're hiring, or other determinations that we need a roll call. So just so you'd like to know that. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Happy birthday to Mr. Debbie Borges today.